This is a Fox News alert. Tensions are flaring up once again in the Persian Gulf tonight. Iran has seized a British oil tanker that was passing through the Straits of Hormuz. This comes one day after the United States shot down an Iranian drone. The president, to his credit, has avoided starting another Middle Eastern war so far. He came close last month when Iran destroyed an American drone, but then pulled back. Every few weeks, it seems to bring another incident. How should the president react to this incident, and is there a way to achieve long-term stability in that region? Jim Antle is an editor at the American Conservative, which is a great site, and he joins us tonight. Jim, thanks a lot for coming on. So you do notice, as you go through the list of people who are pushing us toward war, that it's the same list of people who pushed us toward previous wars, which wound up in disaster. Why is it that no one in Washington is ever punished for the worst ideas?
It seems like the rule in Washington is that if you're wrong in a crowd, there is no consequences for that. The only time you ever face any professional or political consequences is if you go out on a limb, say something or do something that no one else is saying or doing, and then you turn out to be wrong. And they can isolate you and they can marginalize you. But if everybody else in Washington thought it was a good idea to invade Iraq, if it turns out to be wrong and we waste trillions of dollars and thousands of people die, oops.
But why should the rest of us sit there and listen to people whose judgment has been so thoroughly discredited? Why should I pick up the newspaper in the morning and read a column from Bret Stephens, for example, or Max Boot, or see John Bolton on television? These are all people who help destroy our military and weaken our country. Why are they still taken seriously by anyone?
Well, part of the problem is when you look on television and when you open up your newspaper and look at the op-ed page, those are the people who are there talking and writing. And so the American people don't even have the option in a lot of cases at looking at alternative viewpoints. Certainly the internet helps. Proliferating new media enterprises certainly help, but a lot of the legacy media still goes to the same old people pushing the same old views regardless of what the outcome of some of their proposals have been, and it's something that needs to change, quite frankly.
So I think there are a lot of reasons that the usual suspects, the dumb people in charge, the permanent class in Washington, why they're for war, particularly in the Middle East and particularly with Iran. But one of the reasons is I think it makes them feel powerful. I mean, so if you're Max Boot, right, or if you're Bill Kristol, killing other people or calling for the killing of other people, regardless of whether it helps the United States or not, they don't care. That makes you feel powerful. Maybe they could get into video games or something instead that would sort of let them act out these fantasies in a less harmful and dangerous way to other people, but it definitely seems to be a real problem. And when people voted for Donald Trump, I think the hope was, because he rejected a lot of this conventional Washington mindset, that he would do things differently. And he seems in many cases to be trying to do things differently, but he has brought in some of the same old people. And you really can't pursue an America First foreign policy if you're going to bring in the George W. Bush B team and just roll with all of those people all over again. Let me ask you one final question. I just want to make sure I'm not hallucinating here. Is it the same people who are telling us that we need a brand new war with an even more powerful country in the Middle East, Iran? Those are exactly the same people who are saying it was unconstitutional, immoral, and racist to send American troops to protect our own borders. Like just the other day. Am I imagining that, or did that happen, right?
That did, in fact, happen. They're very much the same people, and the same people who will object if the president tries to stop a war in a place like Syria, where Congress has never even authorized one in the first place. They'll say that the president should mind his own business and leave these wars in place.
But we should, under no circumstances, defend our own country. It's just an interesting dichotomy there. It tells you a lot.
Protect borders over there, don't protect borders over here. Yes.
That's exactly right. That's their view. Jim Antle, great to see you tonight. Thank you very much.
Good to see you. Thanks.